Hello everybody, Vec here, and I'm bringing you some Diablo 3 beta. Now, this game has been in development for a very long time. People have been waiting for this game for quite a while now. So the beta was actually released a few days ago. Started on Friday, which was I believe it was the 20th. That's when it was up and ready to go. So I've already started. I've made a few characters and I've done some stuff just to sort of play it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start a new one. I'm going to do one that I haven't played yet, which are Witch Doctor and Barbarian. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Witch Doctor here. They look pretty cool, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and go through each of these, and you can go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them. They are all pretty cool. Really like the design as well. Then again, it is Blizzard. They're known for their awesome design. So, right, I'm gonna go ahead and enter a name here. Alright, here we go. So, gonna go ahead and start a new game. Now, one thing I've noticed about this beta is actually it's been pretty busy.
Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah. The fallen star is near.
So, basically, the start of this game, as far as I can tell, is you're going after a fallen star. Now, I haven't looked up or actually completed the beta, so I'm not sure what the hell's going on with this fallen star, but there's definitely a fallen star. Bunch of dead stuff, just coming back to life, and you just kind of need to kill them all, and you sort of work your way through and discover all the map as you go along.
The spirits tell me, go, seek the cradle of the fallen star. And so, I am here.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her. Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
Okay, so you just gotta defend from this wave here. There's actually an achievement for killing these guys within 20 seconds, but I'm not gonna bother with that. There's actually quite a few achievements in this game for just the beta as well. You gotta try to complete this in under 20 seconds. So basically just AoE him down and you'll get there.
Open the gates. You'll find Leah at the slaughtered path inn.
So as I said, there is a whole set of achievements just for the beta, which you can unlock, and they give you certain bonuses, not in-game bonuses, but at the start, if you had noticed, there was actually a flag that you can customize, and that's like your flag. And as you unlock the achievements, you get parts as such for making your flag a little bit better. For instance, like this, it'll give you a banner pattern or banner accent or whatever. There is a lot of achievements. These are all of the achievements for the beta. I presume that once the actual game comes out, you won't be able to get these, or at least I hope that's the case. Otherwise, I've already done quite a few, and well, that's pretty much ruined the whole start of the game for me. But never mind. So yeah, that's the merchant up there. You can go ahead and talk to him. This is the inventory. You've got your usual. It's a lot like Dungeon Siege. In the way of it's a top-down, use your mouse to control everything pretty much, RPG. So this is actually also a stash which you can move things between different characters. I'd also like to point out that you don't actually start out with that much money. You start with nothing, but all your gold is split between all your characters, so you can split your money or whatever. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn in this quest.
The captain says you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but... Watch out! The wounded are turning!
Just kill these guys. So from what I've played, this game is extremely fun. It is really big.
This is killing business.
As far as I know, you can get up to at least level 55. In one of my other characters, you can see a bit more of the skills because I've leveled up a bit more, but you can carry on through here and you get skills all the way up to level 30. So I'm going to go ahead and put poison dart there. Oh, okay. Well, apparently it's not quite how it works. I have a new skill here, but oh, there we go. Grasp of the Dead. Wow. Okay, so I've got like a sort of
The dead will overwhelm
what's it
us
called?
all.
I can't even remember the spell name for Death Knights.
There is a deep sickness here, but it can be healed.
Thank you.
Welcome to the slot, Kathy.
Wow, you know what? My first playthrough, I didn't even see this vendor.
I'll give you a bit of time.
So anyway, there's repairing as well, so you have to repair your gear, which is pretty cool. They weren't going to add it, but they decided to sort of later in the development stages, which is quite cool. I think it adds a lot to it. It's good economy stabilizer.
How can I help to fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Their sacrifice saved their people. I will honor it.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
Okay, so well, that's what that spell looks like. Didn't mean to do that, but okay. So the next quest is to, first of all, kill this next this wretched mother. After that, you have to kill a lot more of them. There's 30 in total. I think some of them are optional, so you don't have to kill all of them, but I do anyway.
There, that's one of the wretched mothers. There are more
Yeah,
of them in the
bonus is
ruins
kill
down
all
the
3
road.
of them. Main one is kill the wretched queen. But I like to kill all of them anyway. The experience is nice. So one cool thing that I really like about this game is how random it is. Loot is random. So say I can get a legendary right now if I killed that. Now obviously it's not going to happen very often because again, you know, legendary. But the point is it can happen, and that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to click that new lower button in a second. Once you get to a certain level, you can unlock harder difficulties, and then you can play through again on a harder difficulty. Cool thing about that is you can get a whole new different plethora of gear. You'll find gear that you didn't even find on your first playthrough because it physically does not let it give you that gear, which is pretty cool. Obviously the higher level and the harder the difficulty, the better the gear is, so it's definitely worth a try. I haven't gotten to any of the harder difficulties yet, so I don't know what to expect, but also you get little bits like that and you can get more gold and whatnot. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click this new lore button.
Dear reader, I am Abdal Hazir, adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk to myself. Why, I was recently in Kanduras, where my tents were ransacked by vicious quill fiends. I was able to beat them up with a shoe, but a less bold man would have fared far worse.
So that is lore. It'll come up randomly, as far as I can tell, like certain instances, like it'll pop up. It's pretty cool because you can, some of it's voice recorded, so you don't have to read it. And as you saw there, I closed the window and carried on, and it carries on for you. It just carries on reading, so you don't have to pay too much attention to it, which is pretty cool. It's a good way of getting lore through to people without them having to go and search for it. It also sort of gets people to pay more attention to the lore and the history of what you're actually doing and where you are and the people around you. And it's generally a lot more immersive as well, which I quite like. So there was actually a few cellars in some of these houses which I didn't actually need to go into. I couldn't actually go into. There's one here, and then there's one earlier on the map down here that I was able to go through on my first playthrough of my Demon Hunter. But apparently this time I can't go through it, and the Wretched Mothers weren't actually in there. I found one of the Wretched Mothers in there, as well as a rare mob which had spawned for me. It was an elite. They spawn randomly as well, as far as I can tell. But yeah, apparently that's not here on this playthrough, and again with the whole randomness thing.
While we slept, they are everywhere. Run! Save yourself!
Yeah, again with the whole randomness thing, stuff like that can be random too. So you can get, say, there'll be a bunch of dead villagers around, which you can loot occasionally, which you've probably seen me doing. And basically sometimes they'll come up with, say, a quest to, say, kill somebody for them, or find a piece of loot. Random procs like that, which is pretty cool. Adds a little bit more versatility to your playthroughs, and it keeps you playing as well, which is really awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this quest here, and I think I'm going to call it good for this video. Now this right here is an epic mob. As you can see, they have the special border around their name, and they have the purple name. They usually drop blue loot or above grey loot. I don't think there's such colors like there is in WoW. But let's go ahead and have a look at that. I've got quite a bit of gear now that I can equip, so you can just go ahead and right click and you equip it. I'm going to go ahead and use that sword as well. I wonder if I can dual wield though. No, okay, I can't dual wield. I'm going to go ahead and equip that though, because that is totally better. Gets me more chance of finding magical items, which is pretty handy. So that's basically it for gear. Also, you can have the settings set up so that your character zooms in. It doesn't do that as default, but I've got it so that it does. Corpse spiders, huh? Well, that's pretty cool. I get to throw spiders at people, and that's going to be my main attack for some reason. Let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Oh no, that skill is not ready. Oh, there we go. Oh wow, that is really cool. Although it looks like they don't live very long. They're dead already. It's kind of depressing. But so yeah, like that. That literally just had that rare monster in it, which is all well and good, to be honest, in my books. I mean, it's better gear, so I'm not going to complain. So each class has a different power down here. I have mana on this character. On Demon Hunter you have Hatred, which is pretty cool. You can use like a machine gun kind of thing. Like that also, I looted his body. It didn't give me anything, but, well, sometimes you'll get money or an item or whatever, or a quest. So I'm going to go ahead and open up... Oh, okay, never mind. Somebody else is fighting me first. I was going to say I'm going to go ahead and load up a different character and show you some of the other classes you can play. So there's no saving or anything like that. It's a bit like WoW again in the fact of you just log out and that's it, which I think is really cool. It keeps the gameplay going as such. It's also really quick to load as well. So I'm going to go ahead and change my hero to my level 10. So I'm going to go ahead and play her. Now another cool thing is you have an auction house which lets you sell in-game equipment for actual money. I think it's a little bit crap of Blizzard to try to monopolize on it, but fair enough. I mean, people have been selling gear and whatnot over eBay and whatnot for a long time, so it kind of cuts out the middleman as such, and they get money. So, but you can play public games. I haven't done that yet. I'll probably end up doing that later. But so I'm a lot further on this character. Level 10 rather than 3. As you can tell, I have a bunch more skills. I can do a bunch of different things, a bunch of different abilities. Cool thing about this is you can actually upgrade these. You can get skill runes. So underneath Entangling Shot, I have Chain Gang, which just gives you an extra bonus to the ability as such. This one lets me slow 4 people rather than the original 2. And not only that, but you can actually change out these abilities whenever the hell you want to. It doesn't really matter, and you can also use the skill runes, and they unlock per level. Now, as you can see here, they go up to at least level 52. So I quite like Hungering Arrow because it punches through a bunch of stuff. So now these are passive abilities. There's 3 of them. I don't know what these 2 do yet, obviously. I haven't gotten that far, but these are some of the ones that you can get for just the first one. That's level 55 already. Now, just imagine what these 2 can go up to if that one unlocks at level 30. So, and you can get a lot of gameplay out of this, and I imagine I'm going to be playing this a lot. So, one of the special abilities I have for this is a sort of machine gun. It's called Rapid Fire, and it, again, with the whole power things, I have Discipline and I have Hatred. Hatred is what I'm about to use to do this ability. I'm doing this by simply holding down the right mouse button. Really, really cool. If you do left click, when you're in combat, or click on an enemy or whatever, you can do this. Or certain other abilities. Now, again, left mouse, right mouse, and then you have your 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I can go ahead and do that, I'm like, that sort of makes me disappear, nothing can see me, and that, which lets me roll out of the way of combat. So that's pretty cool. Now I am about to go to the level 4 of this cathedral here. Bearing in mind it's taken me quite a few hours to get this far. I think I've played about 5 hours or so. And I've only just hit level 10. And so, I mean, I can imagine getting a lot of gameplay out of this. I mean, a lot of gameplay. This is going to be WoW sort of level of gameplay, where you're going to be playing hundreds and hundreds of hours, and you're still not going to find everything, so I'm just going to go ahead and rip through all these guys here. I'm dead already. Now if I can, I'm going to try to get it to pop up, but in case I don't, basically, when you have a bunch of enemies like that, if you kill them fast enough, you can actually get an experience bonus for, say, killing 20 enemies within like 10 seconds or whatever, which is pretty cool. You can also get destroying items ones as well. So, for instance, like if there's a room full of benches and you destroy all the benches on a certain time, you can get a good bonus for that. Now there's also bits like this, which you can click, and it drops a chandelier. Now, if I hadn't killed the monsters there, it would have dropped them on their heads. As you saw, there's also bookshelves and stuff that you can search, and it's just really expansive. There's a lot to explore, and a lot to test, and a lot to play with on this game. Now, what is this? Oh, okay, Tomb Guardians, alright. Well, let's just kill them quickly. Now, again, since it's a high level, I kind of rip through things a bit better, but it's still pretty painful. Now, as a starter class, I would probably say this is one of the best because of how powerful it is. Like, it's not too OP. The machine gun ability is pretty hench, but it drains your hatred really quickly. But I've just noticed that you can stay out of the way of combat and you don't get hit anywhere near as much, and generally my HP is a lot higher. That's why I have so many health potions. Like, alone on this character I have 35, not to mention on my other characters where I have like 20, 30 ult. So this class is pretty good for a starter class, I'd say. So with that, I'll probably be putting up more videos of this beta I think it finishes either tonight or tomorrow. But it is really fun. It's an open beta. If you have a fast enough internet, go ahead and try to check this out before the end of the night. It is really, really good, and it is totally worth buying when it comes out as well. It is just so much fun to play. I've been playing this pretty much all weekend now, and I've been enjoying it so much. It's so good. So, again, check it out if you can. Release date is 15th of May. I will definitely be getting it. So when it comes out, I highly expect to be doing a Let's Play. So keep an eye out for that when that comes out. But other than that, have a good day. I'm going to carry on and try to get a little bit more progress. And, well, I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the day.